Hello, I'm Tiara, and the film that I viewed is Burnt, starring Bradley Cooper. So, this film starts off with a quote. It was God who created apples and oysters, and you can't improve recipes like that, but it is our job to try. And this is the main character, Chef Adam Jones' mentor, Jean Luc, talking to him and introducing him to the culinary world. So, a brief overview. This film takes place in the high end culinary world where late nights and addiction are ever present in this male dominated field. Chef Adam Jones, played by Bradley Cooper, is a brilliant yet troubled chef, and he's looking for a shot at redemption after drug addiction, debts, and wrongdoing have caused him to flee his two Michelin star Paris restaurant. So, after finishing his self inflicted sentence of hard labor, shucking a million oysters, he heads from New Orleans, Louisiana to London, England, in hopes of earning his third Michelin star. So, starting this new restaurant. And his idea is to go and meet up with Tony, who was part owner of the restaurant that he fled in Paris. And at first, this doesn't go well. Tony doesn't want anything to do with him, but he's able to use his snake tongue and kind of brute force to get his way into this new restaurant that he's going to start called Langham's. So throughout the film, we see this ever-present metaphor of the transition of self through the adaptation of cuisine. So Chef Jones is faced with this decision, whether to stick to what he knows, which in a sense is this old world French cuisine, or adapt to what people want. A fusion of art and delicious food. And this is really a struggle for him. And so his rival, kind of arch nemesis, Reese, who he cooked with in Paris, has started a restaurant in London and was able to earn his third Michelin star. And we briefly see this kitchen, and instead of it looking like a traditional kitchen with, um, you know, a stove and pots and pans, it looks more like a science lab. And he's earned his third Michelin star, and so Adam is even more on a rampage to get his. And so we see in the next few scenes Michel, which is another chef that Chef Jones had worked with in Paris and also wronged, is in the kitchen, and all of a sudden the Michelin guests have arrived. And this is the chance at earning this third Michelin star. Everything must be perfect. And everything's sent out, and it seems like maybe they made it, and the food is returned. And then Michel puts his hand out, and we see that there's cayenne pepper on his hand, and he says, "This is for Paris." And basically, we're shown that this idea of getting the Michelin star is no longer even possible because of this sabotage. And so then we discovered that it wasn't actually the Michelin guest, and he does have a chance. And he realizes that at this point, it's more important to have teamwork and community. And as this scene takes place, he says, "We do this as a team. We stick together." And so once he discovers this, there's a real turning point and this renaissance where he's accepted this new style of cuisine. They're working together, and only through this is he able to achieve this third Michelin star and achieve his goal and even better happiness. And so Burnt is a food film. So food and cooking are really the lifeblood of the main characters in and out of the film. So this film, instead of hiring actors for the chefs in the kitchen, actually hired true chefs in London, which I think is really just wonderful. So in and out of the film, absolutely love food and its meaning. We also see the transformation of the food style, and that symbolizes the transformation of characters throughout the film. Chef Adam Jones, also a female chef that he hires, Aline, we see her transformation through the film with kind of perfecting her cuisine. And then we see different culinary techniques. Again, the like new age versus the old traditional French style. Metaphors about how food changes us and we change through food. And then it touches on different ideas of masculine dominated chef culture, which I'll talk more about. So the first theme that I wanted to discuss was aspects of identity. And so this film really pulls gender, ethnicity, and nationality together as one. So the role of food, as we've seen in this class, is really closely tied to one's identity. It's who we are. And we, think of ourselves in a sense of what we do, how we cook things, our ethnicity, nationality. It's all interconnected. And we're able to share our traditions and culture through this food expression. And so we see Adam Jones as this kind of stereotypical, angry Parisian male chef who is dealing with drug addiction, which in, a sense is a huge part of the culinary world. And we don't see that, when we're guests and just eating the food, we don't think about these things. And so Jones is overtly rude and aggressive in the kitchen, and he takes a lot of pride in his behavior. And all of the chefs in this film are male except for Aline. She's the exception to the rule. And even when Chef Jones hires her, they're making jokes about the fact that she is female. And just seeing this and realizing that this is true, that women still don't really have a place in these high-end kitchens, I thought was really interesting in how they tied that all together. And here is an image of Chef Jones. Because the plate was not perfect, he is throwing the entire plate of food at the wall. So theme number 2 is community. In the Adam Gopnik on How We Eat Together, he really discussed the ideas of how food really brings people together and creates community. And really, since the dawn of time, we've been gathering around meals, and it has a power over us. It has this power to bring us together and shape our memories and empower relationships. When you think of your strongest memories, you may think of a certain taste, or if you do taste something, it brings you back to this childhood memory. So in the film, Jones is seen mostly working solo. And so they have these scenes where they have these family meals together. So it's the whole kitchen staff eating together. But Jones never joins them. And he's on this solo mission to get this Michelin star. And that's all he cares about. And once he does feel defeated because he thinks he's lost that Michelin star, he kind of gives everything up and is humbled and goes and sees Reese, his nemesis, and apologizes and is just so humbled. And then he decides to work together. And only once he's working with his team and truly connected with them is he able to accomplish his goal of receiving this 3rd Michelin star. And so the final scene in the movie shows the kitchen team finally enjoying this family meal, and Jones is a part of it. And so it's kind of tying everything together that he's complete and he's joined this community, and the kitchen is happy. And so here's the quote that Adam Jones says as he is sending out this Michelin meal that wins the 3rd star. "We do what we do, and we do it together." And then a picture of the family meal. And that is Aline, the blonde woman. And so, so the film overall, I feel like it could be used in this class. it covers diverse food related themes and also, personal themes throughout food, how it plays roles in different cultures, mainly the chef culture. And it gives an inside look that you wouldn't know about by just going to a restaurant, kind of what's behind the scenes of this renowned world, but also not just the negatives like the addiction and the late nights, but the hard work, the dedication, the love of food, and the passion that all these chefs have in order to live this life. I mean, they truly have this love of food that drives them, and it's beautiful to see. And the metaphor that is consistent throughout the movie, I think, makes this acceptable to put into this course if you wanted to. The transformation through food, which is similar to what we saw in Fried Green Tomatoes, the character's evolution through food. This is a little different, but still same. So overall, I wasn't really impressed with the film, but I just am not a fan of Bradley Cooper as an actor. So, yes, I didn't love the film, but it was interesting for this class. And here's my works cited. So I hope you like my project. I hope it's informative, and leave any questions or comments beneath. Thank you.